Nice one there, Kelly Llewellyn and Don't.
101.5 FM, and of course we are catching up with Victoria McGee now. Now, Victoria has had an album out for a couple of years, and it's been doing some great stuff, and it's called Fire in the Wind, if I've got that name correctly there. Fire in the Wind, and Victoria joins us on the line now. Hey, Victoria, how you going?
Good, thanks, Darren. How are you?
Really well, thanks. It's been a couple of years that this has been floating around. How has it been received? And tell us a little bit about what's happening.
No, it was only released in Tamworth in January, Darren.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
It was this year. Okay, sorry.
Hey,
hang on.
Victoria,
Let me go back to my notes. Here's an album that's been going around for a couple of months nearly, or last month, and there it is there. So there you go. Sorry about that.
That's all right. So, yeah, we did the release up in Tamworth, and it was really well received, and so it's all exciting times, and, yeah, I think any feedback I've had has been extremely positive, so...
Now, Victoria, it's Tracy. We actually spoke to you mid last year, and we were talking about you like doing your release and everything in Tamworth. What was it like to actually be in Tamworth this year and to actually have your album ready to go? Okay, guys, here it is. So, what was the whole experience like there to say, well, we've actually got it in our hand?
It was fairly exciting stuff. Getting the album out there was a bit of a mission, to be honest with you, because we had some stops and starts due to a few health issues that I was having. So. Nothing vocally, just a few dramas with my old ticker with the heart. So I had a few stops and starts, so it was pretty exciting to head to Tamworth and present the product to everyone who'd waited a long time. And we had a few special guests there. ABC Records were there, all the reps from ABC, and the lovely Damien Leith from Australian Idol was also at the launch, so that was a bit of an honour.
Isn't that funny that the Australian Idol thing comes up? Because I was talking to someone today going through who we're talking to, an absolute, here at the radio station, a mad Australian Idol fan, and he goes, I know Victoria McGee. He said she was a finalist at an Australian Idol, and I go, I never really watched Australian Idol, so I couldn't tell you. But he said, yeah, in the first couple of years. Now, is he having a go at me or what?
No, I was a semi-finalist in Series 3 of Australian Idol, so the third year that it ran, and I did X Factor in the same year and was one of the top 5 finalists on X Factor in the same year. So it was all very exciting back in 2005, a full year on reality television.
Wow, and it seems so long ago, though, doesn't it? I know it's 8 years, but it seems so long ago that you took back to Season 3 or the early days of Season 3 of Idol or the early days of X Factor.
It does, and sometimes I pinch myself, and particularly when I see footage now, from all those years ago, I was just a young one back then, so it was a huge experience to have at that age. I wouldn't change it for the world. It, taught me a lot about media and a lot about, the life in television, and just made me crave success, I think. So it doesn't even mean that you have to win it. I strongly urge young artists to get out there and experience those types of shows, because they give you a wealth of experience that you couldn't get anywhere else.
Now, the songs for the album, how did you go about finding those?
My producer, Louis Shelton, is from Nashville, so he's originally from the States. He now resides in the Gold Coast, where he plays a lot of golf and still records my records. So he went over to Sony Nashville and played them my first album and said, we're looking for new songs for this new album, and Sony was happy to give me those songs. So we had about 30 songs to choose from, and the ones that you hear there on the album were the ones that meant something to me and I listened to and directly related to my life that I could convey the very best. So they were the ones that made the cut, and we're going to take the album back to Sony Nashville in May, over to the States.
The light, sometimes I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed, so the light just comes on then, and I go, Louis Shelton, and I go, now, Louis Shelton's one of the all-time great guitarists and session musicians of all time, if I'm thinking of the right person, that's played on more hit records than you could poke a stick at.
He certainly has. He produced Seals and Crofts and Lionel Richie, and he played for the Monkees and Elvis Presley and Diana Ross and Barbra Streisand and Whitney Houston, and you name it, he's played with those artists. And, it's a big honour to work with Louis, and he's such a humble man. But, yes, he is a legend, and he's a Hall of Fame inductee in the States, and I'm truly blessed to have the relationship with Louis that I have.
And he was right here at Urban last year, of course. He backed for the Wolverines too on stage here. Yeah, so, tremendous. So you're in great hands there, Victoria.
Certainly am, yep. I really wouldn't work with anyone else. I do cop a little bit of slack for working with someone from the States instead of an Australian producer, but that's a risk I'm willing to take because he's a great man and he produces great albums, so that's all that matters to me.
Well, that's it. And another thing that I've noticed, the dedication of this actual album, Peter Egan, I Am Now, I'm sure people will be up there going, you know, this is just fantastic. Finally seeing it get out there, and I mean, you're so happy with the album, and it sort of comes through the music as well, and you do sort of give him a lot of thanks for his coaching throughout his years and as a mentor, and I suppose everybody does need a mentor. So do you feel that he is proud of this album? Because you should feel that way.
Thank you. Yeah, we lost Peter 2 years ago on the 11th of February. It's just sort of been his anniversary now, and I was fortunate enough that majority of the songs were nearly finished, that he got to hear a little bit of it before he passed away. But he was very proud of it then, and I remember when his wife spoke of his final moments, and he read my letter that I'd sent him because he was too sick to see anybody, and he got letters from all over the world. He did a lot of mentoring for Dame Joan Sutherland, and he was just a great man. But he said some of his final words about me was, what a voice. So for someone who's worked with, people such as Dame Joan Sutherland to say that about me, I was also in very good hands there. And yes, I miss him every day, but I'm pretty sure he's up there and he's pretty proud.
Oh, I'm pretty sure he's there with you anyway.
So out there selling the CD over the next few months, what sort of gigs and touring have you got lined up in the next couple of months?
Basically, we're focusing on the States at the moment because we've got some gigs in Nashville during Fanfare. Nice. So take the album, which is really nice. So take the album back home and back to the States where the writers are, and show them the finished product. And then when I return to Australia, sort of June, July, we'll knuckle down to hopefully do a bit of a tour of the bottom half of the East Coast, and then maybe up Queensland way.
That sounds like
exciting.
A good idea.
Yeah.
Well, we hope to catch up with you then. We're going to go out now with the new single. It's called I Call It Gone. The album is Fire in the Wind. Easy to get hold of it. Just probably the easiest way to your webpage or on iTunes. Is it available there?
Absolutely, yeah, it's available for download on iTunes and all the good online music stores, or just directly to the website, which is victoriamcgee.com.au.
Victoria, it's been great to catch up with you. Good luck with the album and good luck with taking the songs back to the writers back in the US in the next couple of months.
Thank you kindly. Thank you, Darren. Thank you, Tracy.
No worries. Thanks, Victoria.